All right, Mr. Shockley and Miss Terrie, good
Hi,
to see you
Emily. How are
again.
you?
Good seeing you as
Thanks
well.
for coming back.
Yes.
So last time we were together, we were talking about your relationship and how you both want to improve the connection that you have, and especially the trust, right, that you have for each other, with each other. So I'm just wondering if, since our last session, either one of you have noticed or identified any obstacles that might be blocking that trust between the two of you from growing.
Well, I think we alluded to the last time about her newfound faith.
Okay.
And
I see, Terrie. I see. I don't know. She's got some feelings, Mr. Shockley. We'll get to that. But go ahead. Tell me about her faith and how that's blocking trust for you.
well, as I shared in our previous conversation, that the church promised me that they would be there for me,
Okay.
that they would support me through my trials and through my testing and helping me to come out. Why are you laughing at me?
Your trials, your testings. Okay.
Well, they were trials and testings
Okay.
because I was trying to change my behavior, my thinking, and my lifestyle. I wanted to try to prepare
So, Mr.
to come
Shockley,
home.
when you say trials and testings, are you talking about the time before prison or the time that you were in prison?
The time before and out.
Okay.
It all goes hand in hand because before I went to prison, the church really wasn't there
Mm-hmm.
to help through that process. All they wanted from me was money. And how could I give you something that I didn't have?
Okay.
And so, and then when they came, and I don't know, perhaps my wife was the one that prompted them to come to see me. I'm not sure that. And I really think they only came because my wife prompted it and not because out of genuine concern for me.
Okay, so can you help me understand then too how what happened between you and the church is affecting your relationship with your daughter?
Yeah, tell me, because I'm interested too.
Can you explain that to us?
Especially since I have a newfound faith,
Mm.
which he just stated.
Yes, and you take
That
issue with that.
we've been grounded in faith all our lives. So where he get this newfound faith, like I never had Jesus, or we didn't go to church, or we weren't, reading the Bible and things of that nature. So where that conversation come from is a little disturbing when he throws it out there
like something's changed.
right.
Big.
And the thing that changes that I've matured over the years is that,
Right.
my faith has grown over the years, and I actually believe in some of the words that I read in the Bible, and I try to apply it.
Okay.
So all the things that he talked about in our past conversation about being disillusioned about our conversation and me having a hidden agenda, because no, the word tells we have to agree with our adversaries, and that's what he seems to be to me, is an adversary when we talk about faith.
Look, here's the deal.
Go ahead, Mr. Shockley.
Look.
We're listening.
I didn't see the practicalness of the faith that the church or the minister or the pastor or the deacon that came down to see me. I seen a lot of lip service. I seen a lot of promptings, but never did they ask me what my needs were.
Okay.
And so when I began to share my needs and the support that I needed, they thought that I was trying to manipulate them. And I seen them begin to stand off, even though I was sharing my heart with them, sharing the fact that I knew that I had messed up and I needed to learn how not to mess up, that they said that this is what they were going to do with me. Visit me every week, teach me practical principles about how to conduct myself and how to apply different word techniques to overcome different issues, my anger. They told me that it's better to give than receive. I didn't see the practicalness of that because they wanted me to take from my little earnings that I was making in prison, $9 and some odd cents, to tithe that to the church.
Are you for real?
So, Mr. Shockley, what I'm hearing is you don't trust the church. Is that right?
Well, I definitely needed them to see that I just needed someone to talk to.
Okay.
And I really wasn't looking for any help from them because I hadn't received help from them before. But I was willing to trust them because they were making promises that this was what they were going to do to help me. They said that they would put a little money in my commissary each week, making me feel good about you really wanted to help me. That they were going to help me once I got out in the street, and once I got there, they treated me like the plague. I went to the church and they looked all strange at me and things as if that I was a plague or something. So they never really came to get me. Even though my daughter was going to that church, they never said anything through her to encourage or to ask how I was doing.
I've told you several times that the pastor did ask about you. I did tell you that.
Well, what I'm hearing though is you're saying that the church disappointed you and you feel judged. And so perhaps because your daughter is connected with the church, you're afraid that she might act similarly?
And see, and I don't want you to take this wrong. I see her as trying to justify their behavior by not telling them, well, won't you come over and see him and see how he's doing? I shouldn't have to be the one to take the message to him. You should take the message. And so that rings shallow in my ears when she come home. I don't even remember her saying that about it because I was tuning them out. I was tuning that out because I know it wasn't sincere. Because if it was sincere, you would have come and see me. Check me out.
But you know, Emily, you know there's always three sides. There's his side, her side, and the real truth. You know, and we always can point fingers. We can always point fingers. But again, as I stated before, you know, it's easy to point fingers at other people. I don't know what the whole story is because, you know, from some of the conversation, to me it seems like Dad is this woe is me. You know, I want not just about being sympathetic or empathetic to him, but woe is me. He wants everybody to to understand or to cater to him.
Let me give you this.
But let me finish.
I couldn't give a hoop about the church at this point. So I don't want nobody to sympathize with me. I'll sympathize with myself. I don't need that at this point in my life. I'm all right with me. Y'all are not the ones that's all right with me, but I'm all right with myself.
You see?
So what I need them for at this point? Come on.
It ain't that you need them, you need Jesus.
What's that?
You need God.
Wow.
That's who you need.
Wow.
You don't have to.
Good,
That's the
good
thing.
to
You
move.
put your faith all in people.
Now you telling me what I need.
See, this is the mindset.
Stop doing that. Let the process flow. I don't need you to judge me or tell me what I need.
It's a difference
I'm
between
trying to
judging.
connect with you, just simply putting stuff out there. All you have to do is just flow with it for a moment. Stop trying to
No, he wants to put
correct me. I don't
There you
need
go.
you
That's
to
it.
correct
That's
me
it.
at this point.
That's right.
Just talk with me. That's all I'm asking of you. Just talk with me.
So,
You saying you
imagine-
want to get to know me, and when I tell you about things, you don't believe it.
And Emily, imagine this. Imagine people coming from the church to talk to him and his behaviors. This is one
That
of the
is not how I behave,
I
and you know
didn't say
that's
that.
not how I am with you because I'm agitated with you right now. I'm really agitated with you. I'm not agitated with the church. I'm very clear on their perspective. But you, the perspective that I have is not clear.
Again, it's not clear because you don't want to be clear, Dad. You want everything, because just like you said, you
Oh,
want.
goodness.
He doesn't want anyone to correct him. He'd rather walk in.
Take the gun and shoot my head. Just take the gun, because you keep on shooting me. Just take the gun and keep shooting me in my head.
See, this is the one reason why I stand on faith, because faith allows your eyes to be open. It allows your heart to be softened.
I don't see your eyes
And
open.
it allows you to build a relationship with
I
God.
don't see your
My
eyes
faith
open.
does.
I see you closed. I
My-
see your eyes
my
closed as wide
faith-
as day. I don't see it. I just don't see your eyes. Because if your eyes was open, you wouldn't be treating me and talking to me the way you're talking to me.
And how's she talking to you?
Greasy and nasty.
Ooh.
I'm reminded of what brought us here in the first place. Terrie, you want something from Dad that he's not ready to give you yet. And what is that?
It's history.
His story.
Hmm?
Mr. Shockley, was the church interested in your story?
Not at all. Here's what they were interested in. Using me as a prompt. And I picked that up immediately. They used me as a showpiece for whatever they had in mind to do.
So you feel exploited?
No doubt about it.
Okay. All right.
And once I didn't feed into it, they dropped me like a hot potato.
Okay. So, Mr. Shockley, that's your experience with the church. Terrie, is that your experience with the church?
No, not at all.
Okay. So, is it possible that you can each have different experiences with the church, but still start to build some trust with one another in order to share stories?
Okay.
What do you think, Mr. Shockley?
Well,
Can you trust your daughter even though her faith is important to her and she's still a member of the church?
truthfully,
Truthfully.
No lie.
Terrie. Truthfully, Mr. Shockley.
right now I feel that she has a religiosity spirit, and it keeps on getting in the way of where we need to get to.
Okay. So maybe tone down the preachy a little bit.
I would hope so. I come on. I just want to connect with my daughter.
Okay.
And perhaps after we get connected and get to know one another, then we can put our faith together. But right now, it's...
Okay.
All right.